video for our leg strength circuit. So I'm going to be walking you through the different steps of the leg strength workout and showing you a little bit broken down how these moves work. So to begin, make sure you're seatedly comfortable in a chair. The chair should have no arms because you should have a lot of room to move around. You can sit right up straight so your hips should be directly under your shoulders. Sitting up straight, you don't want to be slouching, or this may not be as comfortable with your legs. You can, as an option, if your legs comfortably reach the floor with your back supported, you can do that as well. Or if you'd like to sit on the edge of your chair, it may make moving your legs out a little bit easier, however's comfortable for you. So to start in our warm-up, we're just going to start with some leg shakes. Just kind of pump your legs around, just move them around. Feel the energy starting to start in those legs, generate a little bit of heat, shake them around, and you can do this until you're starting to feel a little bit warm or until you feel like the wiggles, whichever comes first. The next move in our warm-up is a heel tap. So the heel is on the back of your foot, and all you're going to do is tap that out in front of you and bring it back. So it's out and in and out and in. Make sure your knees are trekking straight in front. You don't want to kind of like bring them off to the side in the heel tap or twist it in any way. That'll really bring a lot of discomfort to the knees. So make it a point to almost lock your knee and bring it out straight as you heel tap. And that'll also warm up your hamstring area. The next move is a toe raise. So you're going to seat comfortably on the floor, feet are flat, and you're going to lift the back of your heels up right on your toes. So you bring right onto the balls of your feet and down, up, and down. If you can't do both legs at the same time, alternate one the other. One rep would then be 1, 2, 1 rep. So however you're comfortable with it, if you can do 2 or 1, those are options for you. The next is a side tap. So this is where we're going to start moving outward in a lateral fashion. So you're going to take your leg and just tap it out so the toe touches on a slight angle, and you bring it back in, and then the other side taps out and you go in, out, and in. So a lot of things with the legs may seem a little unbalanced. You'll find one leg is stronger than the other in some of these movements. That is okay. As you can see, my left leg gets a lot farther, a lot stronger mobility than my right leg. I have a weaker right quad, and that's okay. We're all made to be a little unbalanced. So with that note, moving into the first circuit, we're going to start with a cardio burst. So marching in place, make sure you're seated comfortably, feet are on the floor, your body is straight, you're not hunched over, and we're just going to simply do a small lift. And once you're comfortable with that, if you feel ready for it, you can start moving your arms. So alternate arm for alternate leg. And if you want to take this a little bit faster, you can for a bit more of a challenge. Or if you're just starting out, as long as you're lifting your legs and moving, you're winning. So that's awesome. The next move in the circuit is a seated jack. So you can do this one of two ways. The first is very similar to those side taps. So you're just going to bring your leg out and the other leg out, but just with a little more urgency and a little bit quicker. So you're really starting to go out. If you are feeling a little bit more advanced and want to get your heart rate up a little bit, you can bring your arms into the mix. So both arms, and this is a seated jack. If you'd like, you can also experiment bringing one arm up. If you're trying in that intermittent period where you're trying to move your arms, but it's not quite there yet. So you have 3 options for this move. The next move is soccer ball taps. So take your imaginary soccer ball, place it in front of you. You're going to sit up straight on the edge of your chair. Your feet are hip distance apart, and you're just going to alternate as if you're tapping the top of that soccer ball. So you should brace yourself back a little bit and just start bringing one foot. So like there's a mini soccer ball in front of you and you just want to tap the top of it. If that's uncomfortable, you can move back a little bit and just lift slowly, one to the other. But ideally, if you can, the idea is to hop back and forth with your legs. So there's 3 different options in that circuit for you. And you're going to repeat twice. The next move, once you get your heart rate down, get a sip of water. All of that is encouraged. If you need to pause the video at any point, you can. The next move is a slow strength circuit. So the first is leg extensions. So you're going to sit with your back supported. That's very important. We don't want our lower back really giving out on us here. So you're going to start, and whenever you're ready, take your leg, lift up through your knee, and back down. Lift up, feel the quad, your big thigh muscles really contract as you're lifting up. Feel your hamstrings get a tight pull. That is okay, that's what we want. And if you can, you might get a better stretch if you take your foot and point it towards you. So instead of pointing the foot outward, bring it in so it's pretty flat, so the sole of your shoe is flat. So do a few more, however many reps. One leg, and then the other leg is 1 rep. And then make sure when you replant your foot, that one is flat on the floor before you lift the other one. It'll help give it a little more support for your legs. The next move is an inner thigh swing. Very similar to the jacks. You're just going to take your leg, swing it out as far as you can. You should feel a tight little pull and swing it back. And then do the other side. Swing it out, tap, back in, tap. So your feet go out. You should slide a little bit on the base of your chair and bring it back in. If you cannot go this wide, that is totally okay. As long as you're moving out and this leg is staying straight, you're getting the benefit of the inner thigh work. The final move in this circuit is a heel tap with a foot extension. So it's the same as the heel tap from the warm-up, except now you're just tapping your foot down, up, and bringing it back in. So it goes out, tap, up, in, out, tap. So you push the ankle down, lift the ankle up, and on your knees. So one more time. And last one to complete the rep. All right, do how many of those as you're comfortable with on this circuit. The number is completely up to you. And we are about to move into our challenge. So if you're not comfortable doing this yet, that is perfectly okay. I want you to try. I want you to try and really try, because you will not get better if you do not try. So at least give it one, and don't give up on yourself. You'd be surprised about how much you can actually do. So the challenge is you're going to brace yourself with either your full body weight or your walker. You're going to summon all of the energy from your thighs. So try to avoid putting a lot of weight on your wrists. And you're going to stand up. You're going to take 3 steps. 1, 2, 3, and sit down. If you need to rest in between, that's fine. And then the next move when you're ready is to stand up, and we're going to ladder scale down. So you're going to do 1, 2. And then when you sit down, you want to make sure you're putting your butt back first. So the way I'm sitting down, I'm not falling into my chair. I'm purposely moving my butt back and going underneath my legs and bending my knees. So you really want to have that control instead of kind of falling back. And if that's difficult right now, that's okay. Keep working on it. It will get easier the more you do it. So after you do that challenge, the last one, you do it one more time. You just do 1 step. So you're scaling down the ladder. And then we move into our cool down. The cool down, pretty simple. A lot of simple functional moves you've seen in this workout already. The first is a knee lift. So you can be your back against the chair and just lift your knee with a small hold and let it down. If you can, bring your arm around your leg and really pull it into your chest. You're gonna get a nice hamstring stretch, a nice quad release when you do that. And then the other side, if you can't grab your knee, just kind of bracing yourself and lifting it. We'll do the same thing. The next move is a hamstring curl. So this is easily done on the edge of your chair. And you just take your feet, which are right in front of you, and you pull one of them back. So you should really feel it and really kind of squeeze it. So to show you on the side, if I was sitting like this, I'm squeezing. So I feel a little bit of squeeze here, a little bit of squeeze here, and release. Same thing on the other side. You're doing this forward, so your leg just goes back, so you're squeezing. But from a side perspective, this is what your leg should be doing. The last is a hamstring stretch, really simple. You bring your heel out in front of you like it was a heel tap, and you just slightly bend in. As far as you can go, it's perfectly fine. If you're back a little bit on the chair, it might be a little more difficult. So if you want to scooch up, that's okay. It's preferred. So you just bend in, and if it feels really tight, breathe through it. Don't breathe into pain, but a little discomfort is okay here. Your hamstrings are the tightest parts of your body because so much of our life is spent sitting down in this position. So we really want to show those hamstrings some love. So if you want to do this hamstring stretch over and over, do maybe 3 or 4 sets of 30 seconds, alternating. Your hamstrings will really love it. All right, that's all I have for leg strength. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any other questions, let me know. I'm only a text away. And I'll see you in the next video. I'm really proud of you.